Welcome to Tips and Tricks for June 2025. This month, we will learn how accounts payable expense invoices are approved using DocFlow.
I'd like to start off with showing you an email from a vendor that has an invoice attached that will be sent to Image Manager to start a workflow. Okay, we've sent the email. Now let's take a look at Image Manager and see where the invoice went. This is the Image Manager screen, and this is where any documents that haven't passed validations or is missing information, this is where it will appear. And you'll have the ability to manually go in and correct whatever is missing or incorrect. You'll see here that the document has a ready check mark. And the reason it has a ready check mark is I have the automation turned off so you can see what we're doing. Now let's open up the document. On the left-hand side, you'll see all the different fields, which is the data that we're capturing. Let's go down here and take a look at the line item detail. Image Manager will capture all the line item detail, and that's the information that you're probably manually entering at this time. One of the other nice features about Image Manager is it does an automatic calculation on those line item fields. So I had mentioned just a minute ago that if there are any missing validations or information, that this is where you would correct it. And I'll show you how that works. I'll go in here and I'm going to change this total so that way you can see what happens when it has incorrect information. The person who's monitoring the documents that aren't passing validations will actually, I'll go back to this middle screen here, and you'll see that that ready check mark is gone. So any documents that are missing the ready check mark, they'll know they need to take a look at and correct. So going over here, you'll see that the box is highlighted in red. When I hover over it, it's telling you that the invoice total does not match the calculation total. So we can go in there and we can correct it. So let's do that. So now it's ready to be processed. So we'll just go ahead and go in here. We'll check it ready to go. And if you have multiple documents, you can send multiple at a time. I just happen to have one at the moment. So let's go ahead and send it off. It's going to ask me if I'm sure I'd like to send this off, and I'm going to say yes. And in just a second, you'll see it'll come up with a confirmation that the document has been successfully transferred and has started the workflow. Now let's take a look at the DocFlow. I've already opened that up. This is a screen that shows all the open workflows. Now, I am logged in as administrator, so I can see all the workflows that are in process. We have a handy tool here on the right-hand side that identifies the status of the workflows. This one has 11, and they're all doing fine. Nobody's behind. This one looks good too. Let's scroll down. And we can see that as we go down here, this one here has 177 that are behind. So as an administrator, I can either jump in and help with that, or I can redirect them to other people to help. Here you will see there are 4 workflows in process. One of them is behind. You can see it's highlighted in red and it's 2 days behind. Let's take a look at it and find out why. Well, we have the invoice, which is what starts the three-way match process. So let's see what other documents that we have that belong with this three-way match. By clicking the Attachments tab, you see that we have the purchase order, the PO receipt, and a packing slip. We also have a really nice feature within Image Manager and UnForm that allows you to view documents that are linked to each other. And we can take a look at by clicking on these 3 vertical lines. We've pulled up all the documents that are linked and associated. And one of the really nice features within the multi-view is you can view all the documents in one screen like this, or you can view them 2 at a time. You might have a lot of documents that crowd the screen, so it makes it easier for viewing. Let's view the documents. Now that we've clicked on the View To feature, we can view the documents in a bigger screen side by side. This document, you'll note, has 2 pages to it. I'm going to use this sidebar to allow me to scroll down and see or view the other pages. This one has a standard terms and conditions. All right, so we can see that on the documents that or the pages there, scrolling from left to right, we can view all the other documents. Let's say we want to compare the packing slip right here to the invoice. Well, if I can bring your attention right up here, you'll see that we have 1 through 4. Those numbers correlate with the 4 columns. What we can do is we can hide any columns in between so we can view documents side by side. So let's hide the second and third column, and now we have the invoice and the packing slip side by side. This is great if you just want to do a real quick check. Let's make sure that the packing slip and the invoice are matching up. So we show 5 mixers, 3 ovens, 3 pizza ovens, excuse me, 2 pizza ovens on the invoice, and then 5 of the mixers, 3 ovens, and 2 ovens on the packing slip. So everything that was shipped is being invoiced properly for. Okay, now we have identified we have all the documents we need for our three-way match. Here we are on the action page. This is all configurable based on your company's needs. What I'd like to do is show you, we have a drop down here that shows you the different steps or rules within this workflow. It's currently in the accounting step or role, and as that person approves it to move forward, it will go to the next step, and an email will be sent to the controller letting them know that they have an action in a workflow that needs their attention. Down below here is a nice area that allows you to put in any information that you might like to include for this particular step or role. It could be for this accounting clerk that they need to identify that all those documents that need to be a part of this have been received, and you can have like a checklist for them to make sure they have all that before forwarding it on. I know I have all the documents necessary to move this forward, so I will approve it, and then I'll go ahead and forward it to the next person. That person will receive an email, like I mentioned, to let them know they have an activity or an action that needs to be done. You may have noticed down at the bottom that the notes have now changed, which correlate to the next step or role in the process. And if I show you the drop down here, you'll see that's also gone forward. So moving things along and keeping this process or workflow going. Another area that I'd like to show you is the Notes tab. You have the ability to type in any kind of a note or a message here in this box, and when you do, it will date and timestamp it and give you the name of the person who added that note. We also have a log tab, and that shows the activity within this workflow. This is a demo, so it has lots of activity, as you can see. That concludes our demo of the accounts payable three-way match workflow.
Thank you, Vicky. If you have any questions or suggestions for future tips and tricks, contact Dan Schmitt at dans@synergetic-data.com. For UnForm Tips and Tricks, thank you. We'll see you next month.